idea can change your life goes an old saying. What it does not tell you is that the lack of an idea can also change your life for all the wrong reasons. The Union Budget 2022 could well be described as a budget that completely lacked ideas. Most of the high profile announcements are just an extension of the old policy roadmaps, and there has been absolutely nothing new with this budget. It seems the policymakers are so obsessed to create a long term picture, to create a long term roadmap of, say, 25 years moving forward, that they forgot to address the short term pains and existential crisis of a business of real estate. The business that is supposed to, through its backward and forward linkages, help 250 ancillary industries. It's not easy to do a sentiment tracking in real estate. The real estate stakeholders, most of the developers, are known to take U turn. Before budget, they have a whole lot of demands. Even when none of these demands are met, they completely take a U turn and start issuing customary press releases that this has been a historic budget. This is happening year after the year. Most of their demands, right from industrial status to single window clearance to income tax exemption limit, have not been met. As a matter of fact, the finance minister has not even touched upon any of the pressing concerns of the real estate industry, either from the developer's point of view or from the buyer's point of view. Let's first take a look at what all was needed. The first and foremost thing was that income tax exemption limit was supposed to be raised from 2 lakh rupees to 5 lakh rupees. Nothing has been done on that front. Second demand, IT relief on second home, has also not been touched upon. GST reforms was a major concern in the housing market, in a market where capital appreciation is non-existence. As a matter of fact, housing, buying an under construction property, is seen as a negative investment. GST reforms was supposed to change the dynamics. Again, that has not been touched upon. The home buyers for quite some time in the wake of COVID are asking for loan deferment or restructuring in the wake of job losses and salary cuts. That is not on the agenda of the finance minister. The government of India has defined the limit of affordable housing, and its limit of 45 lakhs is something that most of the urban cities cannot offer you an affordable housing in that price range. It was demanded that the limit of affordable housing in metro cities be increased. That has not been done. The budget is silent on the funding gap and project financing as far as real estate development is concerned. From the buyer's standpoint, tax benefit on REITs was something which was expected, but that has not been done. The last budget, the finance minister had announced some policies roadmap for the rental housing. This budget was expected to present a roadmap for the same, something that could invite investment in the rental housing. That again was ignored. The developers in the affordable housing segment have absolutely no incentive to get into affordable housing. That has not been touched upon. And also, the budget has not touched upon addressing the compliance issues. We all know that one of the reasons that housing prices are up is because there is multiplicity of approvals and compliances. What this budget has actually done is to create a long term roadmap, to give a very big canvas, something that defines 25 years forward moving, but has completely ignored the present pressing existential crisis of the business. This budget talks about creating mega cities and turning tier 2 and 3 cities into modern urban cities. My fundamental objection with this is that unless you create a self sustaining city, most of the urban developments would turn out to be ghost cities. And how can you do that? Unless you create jobs in those cities, unless you create employment, unless you encourage industries to come to those cities, those developments will not be sustainable. Having said this, the major fundamental disconnect with this budget and real estate is that this budget has neither addressed the concern of the developers, the business that supports a large number of ancillary businesses and is second largest employer in this country. So this has neither touched upon the uh, business nor the home buyers. This budget is a directionless budget. As far as real estate is concerned, this budget has nothing new to offer. Most of the announcements are big bang announcements with absolutely no connect with the needs of the business, either from demand side or from the supply side.